everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. I'm joined by the host of Get Your News On with Ron Placone.
Hello.
Ron, thank you for joining us today. So Joe Kennedy, whichever something Kennedy, number 5.
I believe it's pronounced the turd, actually. I think that's how you say it.
Joey Threes. He lost, and he was backed by Pelosi, and but his opponent was backed by Our Revolution, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and Ed Markey, he was backed by more grassroots groups. I think he was also backed. I think Schumer endorsed him as well. So it's not like it was completely. I think they kind of had to have some establishment behind him, because otherwise it just would have been so blatantly hypocritical, because they did that. The Democratic Party was all, oh, we're not going to mess with incumbents. Meanwhile, here they go going after Ed Markey, who's an incumbent. So, they had, I think Cory Booker endorsed Markey, and I think Schumer did as well, to kind of, play it up a little bit so it wasn't so in your face and obvious. But Joe Kennedy went up against him. So I guess that whole incumbent thing was just a lie on their part. And of course, Nancy Pelosi backed Joe Kennedy.
Yeah. And it's just, it was 2 years ago that they started sort of trotting out Joe Kennedy the third. And I remember we were doing a Jimmy Dore Live at Flappers. And I think Sam Tripoli was on the panel, and he said, bringing back the Kennedy brand is like trying to bring back MySpace.
That's funny. That's really funny.
As much as I, wish the deep state didn't kill JFK and RFK. Now it's sort of like they've been pretty co-opted. So I know RFK Jr. is, a pretty decent activist and all that. But when the corporate Democrats start lining up behind somebody, I don't care what your last name is. Their last name could be Elwood, and I just would be like,
Well, and regardless of what his family has done, we know what Joe Kennedy III is. If he was really, and he does pose as a progressive, and I think he's actually fooled some people. Not many, obviously, because he lost, but I think he has fooled some people. But at the end of the day, if he was really concerned about issues like Medicare for all or a Green New Deal, he would be using his name to scream about those things. Right. He'd be screaming like, this party has lost its way. This party has turned its back on working people. My family would be appalled if they could see this. That's what he'd be doing. Instead, what did he use his name to do? He used his name to try to take out one of the more progressive members in the Senate. Is Ed Markey perfect? No, he's not. But he is among the more progressive members of the Senate, and he would definitely be a yes vote for Medicare for all or a Green New Deal.
Yeah, it's such a great point. If Joe Kennedy III said, and really stood up and said, I can't watch the Democratic Party veer this far away from, my family, what they were trying to accomplish, I'm appalled. That would be somebody I would like, okay, now I'm getting behind you. But instead, I did a video on this 2 years ago. He's invested in all this. He's got all these oil money investments.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, you're just another, and it's just more the DNC trying to get their old, out of touch, neoliberal base to go, oh, the Kennedys, yay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, no, like, if RFK Jr. wanted to run, that's a guy I might get behind, but I'm not seeing it from this kid. This kid seems more like the born out of the Martha's Vineyard party circuit type Kennedy, who's just going to do wherever the checkbooks are, rather than like hey, I was born into privilege and I need to do something about it. Like I need to actually do some good. And
totally. And he has the name to do good if he wanted to. I mean,
right.
There's a million other things. You and I are not politicians, but we can just rattle off the top of our heads all the things he could be doing if he was genuine about actual progressive policies and actual taking this country in a better direction with the platform that was handed to him by birth. What does he choose to do instead? Try to take out progressive members of the Senate. That tells you all you need to know. He has outed himself for now and forever. Do not ever give this guy the benefit of the doubt. If you were even considering it in the first place, don't do
it. Yeah. So thanks, Joe. We really appreciate that. Hey, everyone. Great ways to support the show are go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood, where you get bonus content for as little as $2 a month, or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. That's the future. Also, GrahamElwood.com, where all my merchandise is on sale and ships exclusively with the United States Post Office. Like my Vigilante Volume 2, The Dark Knight. We only made 50 of them. They're going fast. Go to GrahamElwood.com to support the show. I'm on Venmo and PayPal, P.O. Box, all of that, GrahamElwood.com.